to Z Explains BG. This is Z. I'm playing a 7-point match on Backgammon Hub, and I will try to explain my thinking a bit as we go along. Try to play well also, but no promises on that one. I can promise I will try to explain my thinking as we go along, but that's about it. He has 3 threes wrong. He should make 2 good points instead of 1 good point. I mean, I know that's simplistic reasoning, but that's mostly what's going on there. This looks sort of normal. Yes, his midpoint is stripped, so I guess this is a good play. Like versus 3-1, he's not even supposed to hit me probably. 6-3 is fine, although I should probably split with the 6. And now, okay, let's not get blown away. And then I don't think he quite has anything here. He's winning, but his backmen are sort of so far away from home. His forces are separated. And I always have at least a deuce point game. So it looked like he has an edge there, but it looks like it's not big enough to cube. All right, so this isn't, yeah, probably would have just made the 5 there. Obviously, he's thinking more about blocking me. I should probably say hi to my opponent. As is tradition. Yeah, I don't think hitting has enough going for it there. All right, maybe he should try to get the back man out. Oh, 3s are, if he plays 24 to 23, some 3s are a little duplicated. Because I do want to split with the 3, but I also want to build with the 3 or attack him with the 3. Okay, so he should, again, step up with the 1. He's up in the race, so he should be more thinking about getting that guy out of there. That probably doesn't matter much now. This is bad too. This is I mean, I played this guy before. I thought he played better against me. All right, so this doesn't do anything. This does something. Yeah, the gap is too long-term painful, I think. I mean, he's thinking about blocking me on 6s, but I can still get out with most of my 3s, or at least play them productively. I know, I'm saying all this stuff, but he's kicking my butt, you know? So it's more important to roll well than to play well. All right, so it's probably this, so as not to get gammon. But let's see, 1, 2, 3. I mean, do I really win more this way? Maybe a little bit. But it seems like I am getting gammon quite a bit more. Just try to put together. Yeah, I'm not in. Now that I made my play like that, I don't think I'm in much gammon danger. So I think I can maybe indulge in making a 4-point board sometimes, such as now. All right, 4 blotters. This ain't one of them. A little bit of race. Not much. Yeah, not the easy bear off 2 guys here. It does, because he's leaving himself with an odd number of checkers after bearing off 2. It's not like a big deal to do something else, but you just always do this. It's very, if you roll a non-double and you can bear off 2 checkers and contact is broken, it's like virtually always right to do it. There's like a few exceptions which you shouldn't look for unless you've studied it. Because if you do it when you haven't studied it, it's like you're gonna like fail to bear off a checker when you should, more than you're gonna like find these like very specific circumstances where it's not right to bear off 2 guys. So I just tell people just to, you know, if you roll non-double and you can bear off 2 checkers, just always do it unless is one of these very specific positions. Like I've seen many, much more equity being given up when someone fails to bear off a checker in the bear off, then when they like do some fancy play that like doesn't bear a checker off. If that makes sense. Now, if you need both dice to bear off a checker, it's a lot more common to like spread things out. Like say you roll a 2-3, and you're void on both the 2 and the 3 point, but you have a checker on the 5. In that case, it's much more common to like play like 6-3, 4-2, as opposed to bearing the guy off with a 5. If the 5 leaves like, if bearing off the guy on the 5 leaves like this really painful gap. So that's a lot more common. The situation that's not common is when you roll you can bear off 2 guys with a non-double, and then you're not supposed to bear off the 2 guys. That's an interesting decision. So on a 3 play. So if I make an interboard point, I think I like this better. Make the better point. So I think I'm doing this. This gives me an edge, but not a huge one if he just anchors or does something good. I could have a huge edge here. In fact, I can maybe double the 11% of the time he dances. I don't know, though. Obviously, I'm getting hit some. I was a little seduced by the fact that I get to cube a dance, though. I know, I mean, I know it's only a 2-point board, but 11% ain't nothing. The other play I'm never cubing. Nah. I guess this and this or this. There's no duplication here, though. My 5s hit here, 2s, 4s, 6s hit here. If I could duplicate 2s, 13 to 5, I guess. Or 4s, 13 to 7, 6 to 4. Run out from the back. I don't know. I'm going to go with my gut. Just lock up the board. Maybe I'd be hitting at some point. Position's pretty ugly, though. Position is pretty ugly. Oh, 5-3. I thought it was 5-2. That didn't look right. I was going to play bar 20, 6 to 4, and then that wasn't a legal play. All right, so what's wrong with that? Nothing. I claim nothing. Ooh, he should probably make the 1 point here. He's down in the race. Makes sense tactically. Gets to cube a dance. Or maybe he cubes a bad number here also. All right, so there is some 2 duplication here. 2s to hit here, 2s to hit here. So this should be the safest hit. Notice I didn't need to like count shots or whatever. The duplication did all the work there. Whew. It's a triple shot out there. Maybe 6 to 2 isn't too bad. Yeah, I'm really not sure about this one. Tray. Okay, definitely taking. I don't do the race, and the fact that my position is somewhat sound and the score, I do agree with no double there. Dance here, that is a different story. All right, this is a good place to anchor because his 8 point is gone. Oh, man. I guess, I don't know, I guess maybe there's not enough reason to leave him the 2 shot here. It doesn't look like I'm hitting him a lot next turn. Okay, well, I'm up in the race and my board is sound for a turn or two, so I think this is a pretty easy take, especially at the score. I'm going to redouble very aggressively. Oh, hey, Chamba, good to see you. 2-1's a little tempting, but I'm going to make the good board. Because I'm going to be running next turn, and there might be some contact right away. I'm going to be splitting with a lot of threes also, I think. At least making the good board sort of worked out. Oop. 6, I think. Okay, might get a couple shots here. Should get a couple shots here. And now I can sort of run with impunity. So he has the blot in his board. Makes it a little safer to run anyways. See, like here, yeah, he builds this, and now it's freaking scary unless I roll exactly 6-4. Okay, let's see if he finds the hit here. Yep, good play. Bah! Bah! Huh. If he stayed back, he would have hit me there. With the previous ace. He got me anyways. Alright, so this is bad. With perfect play, I get 2 guys closed out. If he had good spares, he'd be gammoning me over 40% here. But his spares are all messed up. Spare checkers here, these 3 spare checkers. Yeah, they're still messed up. You want them on the top point, so you can bear checkers off while keeping a closed board. All right, no gammon. All right, so likely it's 4 zip to 7, right? Yeah, the 7. All right. So 7 away, 3 away. All right, let's play a little gammon go. Try to get in a nice, quick gammonish cube. This doesn't look right, but everything looks wrong. I do like the distribution out here. Keep the spare on the mid. All right, this does not hit over here, but he's making a 3. A little bit under the gun. Let's see, what else? Well, if I enter with the 5, that is the only ace. I could enter with the 1. Stay out of harm's way a little bit, or maybe go up to the 18. Could hit him. Yeah, this I'm not sure about. It seems like there's arguments all over the place. I sort of think 9 to 8's a little productive here, because he's split and he wants to hit there. Yeah, there's sort of 3 or 4 options here, and I can't really rule any of them out for sure. Hopefully some stuff is close. Oh, I got punished. I don't know, give up the anchor, get blown away sometimes. Keep the anchor, play badly on the home front. Keep the anchor, play well on the home front, but give him a million shots. Whew. Yeah, we'll see what the computer says about this choice. Yeah, this is nothing at the score. Yeah, like I still win a lot. I might still be taking this at the score, you know. looking for any excuse to cube him, especially if it gets a little gammon. It's like, I don't, kind of don't think this is a cube, but it's not like a big error to cube this, I think. Maybe it is a cube, because I still get gammoned a lot, and I can gammon him for 8. And you could argue I'm winning or close to winning. Although maybe that's the sticking point. Maybe I'm just losing too much here. Well, we'll take a roll and see what happens. Yeah, this and I'll hit him again maybe. Might even be the safest play. I don't know. All right, so this is a pass now. This is a pretty big pass now. I don't think it can be too good. Like I'm just thinking it's a big pass due to the score. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm just thinking pure blitz. And Vin 4, win 8 I mean. Phew, all right, 5, 4. Good. Perfect. Yeah, we'll see if I missed a cube in there. That'll be interesting. That's a cube when I'm like probably losing. It'll be sort of interesting. If I missed a cube before it became a legit pass. All right, so I'm looking pretty damn good for the gammon here. Should not be taking too many chances. Although I could clear the 6 point here, but I'm a little worried about him rolling a bunch of 6s and running off the gammon. So maybe my play was safe enough. I think now it's just locked up if I don't get hit. All right, let me start up. Oh no, I do have XG started up. Okay, that was good. Reminds me of a match I had that I lost over the weekend where I was up 3-zip to 5-point match. I was up 3-zip, and I got backgammon on a 2 cube. It was so painful. It's like I hit a late shot with a really crappy board. Really like a 2-point board or so, a crunch 2-point board. I had a million guys in the outfield and his inner board. I was playing like this horrible 1-2 backgammon. Anyways, hit a late shot when he only has like 3 checkers left, one on the bar after I hit him, and I just got bloss just spread around everywhere. And I'm like trying to contain the checker, like so he doesn't get like so I can save the gammon. I don't have any plans on winning it, but if I could just like save the gammon, that's huge at that score. But every roll, it's like, oh my God, he's gonna roll like 6-6 or 5-5 and zip around, hitting me at the same time. And eventually it happened. He rolled 6-6. I have like a single shot at him on the ace, and I miss it, and then I get backgammoned. I mean, I was cognizant of the fact that you do need to worry about that. You do have to think about how his big doubles play. So I was like thinking about it. But it was like a position like, I don't know. I had a million guys in the outfield. He has like one on the bar. Maybe even have my 6 points slotted, which was kind of wrong. And then you just like 2 guys here. Maybe another guy back. So you gotta think about not getting hit here and not letting him like backgammon you with like a lucky 6-6. One interesting thing I learned about that position that I didn't really realize. Let's say it's this position. I don't know. So then the match score was like I was up 3-zip, holding a 2 cube to 5 or something. How would you play a 6-4 here? Or well, let's say it's this. So you don't have an option to make. You probably wouldn't make the 6 point anyways because you're worried about the backgammon. But let's say you have a 6-4 here. So I'm worried about the backgammon. So I played the 6 out, and then I had a choice on the 4. And I was thinking, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna need to make like a home board point at some point. So I slotted the 6 points. Apparently that's like an error. That's not how you're supposed to play. Because you're gonna be hitting him a lot next turn, so you got to worry about him like hitting your back. So I think you just want to spread things out in the outfield here, and it's like a real error to play 24-18, 10-6. Like even though his board's going to be so weak after you hit a shot, it's still worth worrying about not having a blot in your board. But the position was like so rare that I didn't even really think about it. So where is 24-18, 10-6? Oh, actually, here is not too bad. Here is 0.02 wrong. Yeah, the position I actually looked at was more like 0.04. But anyways, let's take a look at the match. So it looks like I played okay, but not totally great. According to GNU, I played a 3.3. Which I will take, but it might come up a bit. It might come up a bit in XG, so we'll see. I noticed GNU Backgammon is it's a little more lenient than XG when it comes to the PRs. Okay, no, it's about the same. Okay, so I made a lot of blunders though. I made 4 checker play blunders. No cube errors, no cube errors. So apparently I did not miss a cube there. Yeah, I just think it's going to be such a huge pass when I double them. Anyways, let's go through this. Yes, I wonder where the checker play blunders are. I mean, I was unclear about stuff, but I didn't think there'd be 4 of them. So this is okay. Okay, it should hit me twice probably. Okay, a button up here, and then I play 13-12. Oh yeah, 6-5 looks okay too, because fours are the numbers that build the 4 point. So this would be okay too. So there's some duplication here, right? Like it's probably hitting with all his 4s, but often he has to forgo making a good point to do it. But 13-12 is pretty productive too. He has doubles quite early. Make a good point. Okay, so 2-1 is wrong. Yeah, so I saw the red flash before this. So what did I do with the 2-1? Okay, I played 13-11, 8-7, which sort of gets pretty decent build power. Oh, so is the computer gonna like just locking up the 5 point here? Giving up the 7 point to do it? I mean, it is an upgrade, but the 7 point has a lot of value. Huh. I think I did see that option. Yeah, it just locks up the 5 points. So what? Okay, so my play is this. I mean, it is 6. I do get hit on 4-4, 6-4. That's it, though. Still pretty good structure. Oh, okay, so this, you keep your midpoint here. You sort of upgrade the point quality. And I think maybe the key is seeing that if you get missed here, which you probably will, it's easy to make progress. You know, you're 2/3 of the time you're making the 7 point. And then you have other build stuff, like decent build stuff like 5-3. I see. 5-3, 5-4, stuff like that. Yeah, maybe if I took a good look at it, I would have done it. Maybe there's some cubeful thing going on too. No, not really. My play's a blunder, cubeless also. Right, yes, that's pretty interesting. It just goes right after the point. Down in the race huge, so I guess you're not paying huge to the extra hits. Like you're already down in the race, and he has a blot in his board. So, so in other words, it would probably be closer. I mean, I think the computer's play is still going to be right. But let's, like, if his board's a little cleaner, he's not up, and he's not down, and he's not up in the race so much. I guess probably he's still going to like making the 5, but I think it's going to be closer, right? A little bit closer. Yeah, somewhat closer. Because the blot, you know, you don't mind paying the extra shots. You mind paying the extra shots a little less when he has the blot in his board. All right, yeah, so that's a real blunder. Yeah, maybe I should have been able to see that. It's still good build power though. He should be stepping up here. Real horrid. Nothing better. Ugh, gross. Yeah, nothing better. I mean, if your only goal is to win, maybe you can do something else. The computer says this wins a little more, or this wins a little more. But yeah, you get attacked back there, and or you get stuck back there, and you're paying gammons. But not in much gammon danger anymore. Good. Okay, here's another blunder coming up. 4-3 here. Yeah, normally I would make the 20. I mean, the score in the upcoming cube, if he dances, I thought maybe argued for being all aggressive. It just gives up too much cubeless, I guess. 115, 202. Yeah, it gives up a lot of cubeless. And maybe I'm overstating the dance cube. Maybe it's not even that efficient. That's pretty good cube. Pretty good cube if you get away with it. It does. I guess it just gives up too much cubeless. Yeah, this is pretty great, I guess. Probably most people are doing this. It's kind of like a hit. I mean, I'm making a point, but I'm giving up my 7 point to do it. So in some sense, it's like a hit loose play. Where I'm leaving a bunch of shots in order to do something on the home board. So usually you want to, unless you really want to blitz, usually you should lock up a good anchor as opposed to hitting loose. Yeah, so this is okay. So not a lot of good plays here, but I'm hitting with the 5 and doing something productive with the 2. Okay, didn't know what was going on here, but it's nice and my play's nice and safe. Okay, bar 17, 2, 1. Oh yeah, there must be some duplication here or something. I think, as opposed to the 4-3, I think maybe most people are getting this one wrong. I don't know. What do you think? Are most people getting this wrong? I mean, like I am really averse to being hit here. So I sort of minimize shots by playing 17 to 14. So I minimize shots, minimize hit and cover numbers. I'm up in the race, 22 pips after the roll. So it seems like there's a big premium of not getting hits. He does have a good 6-5 that hits me. Oh, there's a little duplicated with the cover number. So the computer puts itself in more danger, but leaves sort of a better position. Right, the Backgammon is less stuck, and is sort of connected with the guy on the 17. Here, we can put it up on the board. But obviously, you're being smacked around more. Like he's hitting with 2s, 5s, some 3s. He's hitting the checker on the 2 points, like 3-1 or something. I think. Well, maybe not. Maybe he's playing 13 to 10, 20 to 21. I mean, one's minor point is like 2, 3, 5, 3. Those aren't double hit numbers. Those are hidden cover numbers, so that's a little duplicated. Oh, and 5s are duplicated here, right? So 5s to hit and 5s to cover. So I guess that means there's not a huge number of crushing numbers. Certainly more great hits though than after my play. Yeah, this seems like a tough play to me. I mean, I don't think it's impossible to find the right play, but my play does seem fairly natural. Yeah, I don't feel too bad about that one. So obviously I'm hitting with the 4. And then have a choice on the 3. I make the safer play once again. The computer does go after the better position. When it works, this is better. This is a smaller error, apparently. He gets me. Okay, I play the 4-2 correctly. Well, no, I'm totally sure about this because 6 of 2 isn't great. All right, good. He has double. He hasn't doubled yet, but that's going to be bad. Okay, a decent play here. You can also make the 3-point apparently, but it's a real error. I just didn't think the immediate board mattered that much. So then go back to the original position. You can make the 3, leave a 2-shot in the outfield, but make the best possible board. Or you can do what I did, not make a board. But the thing is, I'm not hitting much next turn, so I don't worry. I don't worry about not making the board for a turn. Usually, I get to put it together now or now. Crunchy, crunchy. Yeah, his double seemed really. Oh no, his double's okay. Even up 2 zip. Yeah, I would have thought this would be like, I don't know, real error to cube this, but it's right on the border probably. The idea of my game is just too tough. I'm crunching my board a lot if I can't escape right away, or if I do escape, it opens myself up to attack. So this is like a normal match score is 0-0. This would be a pretty solid cube. What I might have missed. But I am up 15 pips. It's a good double by the opponent there. Oh, 6-4, I got some hope. Not anymore, though. Yeah, this looked weird. I guess 7-2 isn't great either. But I saved the gammon. Okay, this is the 4-0 game. Oh, hey, man. Good to see you. Okay, so 2-2. Okay, yeah, the 3-2. Yeah, there's other stuff here, but it's safer stuff. Like you could do this, but no, like 6 guys there. Admittedly, the builder on the 9 isn't great because it gets hit a lot, but I don't know. This seemed at least okay at the time, so I went with it. Okay, 2-2 looks pretty clear. Oh, 5-1. Yeah, I was unsure about this. 9-4. I see. So I guess the idea is my play of entering and safetying, it just gives him too much of a target here to go after me when he has the stronger board. Even though 9-8 is a sort of good ace, so it really doesn't want to be. It really doesn't want to be on the 20-point here under the gun of these 3 builders. At a time when he's really happy to do it, to attack there. So apparently my play is like 4th best. Best apparently is this. It's still split. It's still split in the backfield, so that's okay. Doesn't get attacked much, and still safeties that checker. Or even this, or this is probably better than my play. Yeah, it just really doesn't want to be on the 20 here. Yeah, and he punishes me. Okay, I wasn't sure about that. So I've already, coming out to the 17, that maybe he wins the most. Now, it was close on the wins. It just gets gammoned too much. Yeah. Yeah, you could do this, but you get gammon a lot more when you get closed out. So I went with this. Sort of safest, keeps the anchor, fine. It's ugly. And he cues, which is horrible, right? Yeah, that's horrible. I mean, that at an even match score would be okay. I mean, I don't know if it's right, but it'd be okay. 0-0. But yeah, he's up 3 away, 7 away. So I can take super deep at the score and gammonish positions. I got really powerful recubes. And as we saw, by doubling in this like position where gammons go both ways, like I could win a gammon here. He's risking losing 8 by doubling. Like I'm gonna, like I take, right, and then I double him with any excuse because it's 4-0. I redouble him to 4 with any excuse. And then, yeah, I gammon him. And we'll see, like, I mean, we'll see the position where I didn't double, where I'm losing, but it's like kind of, it's going to be kind of okay to cube that, I think. Yeah, this position is kind of okay to cube this. I'm only 40%, less than 40% probably. But okay, let's go through the arguments, right? I'm putting 2 extra points at stake by doubling to 4. I can use both of them, like just even if there's no gammons, I can use both of them. He can only use one of them. Because he needs 3 points to win the match. He's holding a 4 cube. One of those points is like wasted. It's called like overage. So that's an argument for doubling at the score. Also, I'm killing his gammons by doubling. Now his gammons are just worth a single win. Meanwhile, my gammons, I win the match on them. So my gammons on 4 are pretty great. And those extra points I'm putting at stake by doubling, even if he could use both of them, they tend to be worth more for the trailer than the leader. So that's another reason to be very aggressive. And he has no recube fig. So there's all these arguments for doubling at the score, especially since it's 2-way gammonish. That makes it like kind of okay to double, even though I'm like losing. It might roll out to be a legit cube, you know. But everyone takes this, so maybe in practice it's better to wait, even if it is a tiny cube. Because you might get everyone takes, and you might get a bad take next turn, which actually did happen. Yeah, not a trivial play here, but so obviously you're hitting with the 5. Every play is going to leave a million shots, so it's possible my play is actually safest in terms of raw number of shots, and probably has the most upside, right? He rolls like a 3-6 or something. Yeah, so this is a huge pass. So for the same reasons as like you double aggressively, he needs to be very careful about taking a gammonish position here. I actually, honestly, when I doubled, I thought there was some chance this was technically too good. In practice, you're always doubling, even if you think it's a little too good, hoping for a take. But yeah, that's how much the score matters. I mean, we can look at like what this is at 0-0 if you want, but you'll see like how massively different it is. Right, this is the score-based eval. It's a pass by 0.45. 0-0 is a huge no double. So you just got to be cognizant of these score effects, especially when the score is lopsided like this. Isn't that funny? It goes from like a huge no double to a huge pass. Yeah, now I'm just thinking. I mean, you can get the backmen going here, but I'm mostly thinking of blitzing on the home front. So I get all the builders in the zone. Go after them. Choice on the 2. Doesn't matter much. Luckily, he dances one more time, and then I get lucky. And then there's a play decision with the 5-2 here. So my play looks a little funny here, but guys on the 7 and 8 points. But it's safe. It's safe if I roll 6-6. For a turn anyway, for a couple turns anyways. So that's why I did this, but it's pretty weird distribution. Like I roll big, these checkers are going to have to go low, which is not really where you want the checkers. So the computer actually pays off the 6-6. Like this blots on 6-6, but the spare should end up in better places on average. Spare checkers, the 3 spare checkers. So not bad as clearing the 6 here. I thought a little bit about this. This might be the safest play. Yeah, this does win the most. Double match point, you want to do this. So let's go back to the original position. If you don't care about the gammon at all, the right play is actually to clear the 6 point. Get rid of that problem point right away, and leave 0 blot numbers on the next roll. So it's not. This theme comes up. You know, it's often safest to do plays like this when like they result in 0 blot numbers. I see how everything's safe here, including like big doubles. Now you could roll double 6 and then you have problems, but it's pretty unlikely even when he rolls 6-6. My play leaves 2 blot numbers, 6-6 and 5-5, but should win more gammons. They probably versus like probably here you do clear the 6 because the gamma's more locked up if you don't get hits. But this might be a little close. Yeah, this is a little close. But I win 8 points in the gammon. Yeah, so if that 4-0 cube action stuff was surprising to you, the fact that it's almost a cube before I before I hit that guy, before I hit that second guy, it's worth thinking about how it's worth thinking about these lopsided scores. But I don't know. So it's funny that and all my errors were blunders. Although on appeal, probably there is some errors in there if you do it at a higher eval. But yeah, it's pretty rare that like every single error you make would be a blunder. But still played okay. All right, maybe we'll play one more. Maybe a quicker one, maybe a 5er. Good. Good. Okay, so 5-point match against Thomas. Good match to my opponent. Says enjoy. We'll try, I'll say. A lot of options on the last 2. But this sort of locks up the best available points, so let's try it. Could make the 11, could step up with stuff, could crush him, could crush him. Alright, so this is too good, I guess. Even though he entered 2 guys. He's got okay structure, it just seems like it's crazy gammonish. Although I might get punished here. I might get punished, and in fact I'm not even sure how to play it. Maybe if he rolls like a 2-6, I could still cube him here. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should do like something more soft. But then he comes in and hits me a lot. So, so let's try this. Oh yeah, that'd be okay. Oh, I don't think I'm good enough now. Yeah. So did you play on this site, Backgammon Hub? I got so punished. Oh my god. Is he gonna cube me? Boy, I hope that was a correct play on there. Yeah, so are you on this site, or did you play on Backgammon Hub? It's a good site. The problem is there's not a ton of players on here like there are with. He should probably cube that. not a ton of players like that. Like there are on like Backgammon, Galaxy, or even Heroes. But I do like the site, and my local club runs tournaments on it. It has good tournament running infrastructure. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yes, I'd be happy to play you sometime, and yeah, I can stream it. What's your username? I assume I'm still passing this because he just has an easy time blocking these 4 checkers back there. Open Gammon. Yeah, I've actually never played on Open Gammon. Yeah, it's weird he's not cubing this stuff. Like, for instance, like if he got cubed in this position as black, like he wouldn't be sure whether to take or pass, I think. So why not cube it as white, you know? This is sort of interesting now. Because I am going to cause him some issues with these 2 anchors. But obviously the timing for the back game is quite bad. So I don't know what's going on there with the cube. I mean, I would have cubed it, but I'm just not sure about the take pass of it all. Now I'm taking. Oh, okay, IDDD QD 4-3. I think I would have remembered that. Okay, so I'm still down in the race. I wonder if I should have run last turn actually, to make it easier to play in the future at some risk. Although he did not have the blot in his board then. So running sort of looks attractive to me right now. Like if I rolled a 6 there, mainly because it's difficult for him to attack with the blot in his board. So now he's covering it. So I don't know how to play this. If I roll a 6 like this. Okay, so this seems to open me up to pretty potent attack sometimes. But it keeps the board in really good shape. And it makes it pretty easy to play productively next turn. Like for instance, if I just do this, he rolls like a 7 or something. I gotta give something up next turn. So maybe the time to do this is now. Okay, yeah, it's a good cube. I'm not up on the bar yet. Got a 5-point board. Okay. I mean, I'm not clear on what's going on here, but I am going to try this. Doom, yeah. So if you play Doom, you should remember only numbers. Wait, what's the connection with Doom and numbers? Okay, let's try to win this. Let's try to win this. Bah! All right, still a little bit of contact here, though. This is a shot. I got a winning shot. A winning shot. Make the 2, maybe? Oh, that's 2 blots. That's a little problematic. Alrighty. Okay. All guns. Yeah, I played a little Doom when it first came out, but yeah, I was never deeply into it. Okay, I should just give up the ghost here so as not to get gammoned, I guess. Because he takes 2 guys off, and I think I'm going to want to be running most of the time anyways. And he's got 0 blot numbers. Let's see, he's got 9 checkers left. Yeah. Like even if he rolls like a 6-1 or something and has a million blot numbers in the next roll, it's still like a little problematic to stay back. Because you're getting gammoned a lot. So I think I should go. I think I should run there. Gammons are actually like more valuable than usual. Okay, I am off. Okay, O2. Man, there is such a huge There's such a huge Doom speedrunning community nowadays that I didn't. I was watching. Who's the guy? Carl Jobst. He always talks. He often talks about like the Doom speedrunning community. Carl Jobs or something. It's interesting stuff. Like I said, I don't play, but I sort of like following this stuff. Okay, locks up a decent outfield point. He's locking up a decent infield point. But I like how there's all these like old games that get this following either in like speed running or competitions or whatever. Like one thing I did for a while was play NES Tetris, the original like Nintendo Entertainment System Tetris. And there's a whole like subculture of people who like play at like a really high level. But they're all like young guys. It's hard to compete as like an old guy like me. All right, so I'm down 0-2, so sort of clearly winning in a gammonish position. So this should be good enough at the score, even though his structure is pretty sound. I mean, I guess I could run from the back. Something like this. Well, I'm up in the race and he's up on the bar. Mostly I'm focusing on attacking though, so I'm going to try this. Ah. Alright, so my take point on the recube, not that he's cubing anytime soon, but listen, my take point on the recube is the same as my winning chances from it was a 1 away, 5 away Crawford. This is 80, so 16%. Well, this looks like an okay time to run. Got the stronger board up in the race and my position is getting disconnected. So this looks pretty clear to me. He doesn't have a great attack either. Although this is a good attack number. See if he finds it. He does not. Yeah, she's definitely 8-4 to 3 there. Try to keep me contained. There's a little bit of risk, but it's worth it. Okay, so I'm gonna find this one because he gets to keep his 8 points. All right, I'm sure I still have 16% here. So I believe that was a good no double. Is he going to hit me? Hitting's best for the win. Get missed and win, he's going for it. Okay. Probably don't have 16 here. So yeah, probably should have cubed that. All right, got 16 again, maybe. Let's see, I'm down 3 pips in the race. But I might get stuck back there. He doesn't have a ton of shot leaving numbers because he's got 2s and 4s to cover, and he can pick up that blot with 1s. So I don't know, is this my best chance to win, even though I'm down a little bit? Okay, he's doubling this. Yeah, this seems strange. I'm looking at the score right. Yeah, 2-zip. I mean, it seems strange he doubled this and he didn't double before the 5-5. Probably going to work out for him though. Ooh, am I going to win? Probably. It was funny. I played Tetris. I played. I played as a kid, but more recently, I started in probably, I don't know, 2018 or something. I started playing Tetris, NES Tetris semi-seriously. But I had like one goal. I had like one goal in life, and that was one goal in my Tetris career, anyways. And that was to max out. In other words, get 1,000,000 points, which used to be a big deal. It's not like a big deal anymore. But I finally did it. I finally did it in January of this year after like 7 years of playing off and on. I was so happy. Okay, let's get this ace correct. I think it's this. So the twos miss, but the twos fill in the gap. Like if I miss with a 6-2, I'm left with a gapless position, and I can get off in 2. So I think that's good. Although maybe stuff like 6-1 sort of works similarly here. But I don't know, avoiding on the 3, like getting thin on the 3 looks weird to me. All right, that should be okay. See those double 3s. Oh, that was close. Oof. I beat him by 7 pips. All right, let's take a quick look at the computer analysis, and then I'm going to take off for the day. I think I am playing online tournaments tonight, so I might be back to like commentate. I might be back to commentate a match or two. Okay, so I played pretty well. I played a 2. So let's take a quick look at the XG analysis. Well, it looks like I missed a cube here. We're going to decline. Okay. Okay, so Z's on the bottom. And then what happened here? Okay, so I made one bad take or pass. Really? Wait, what? Well, we'll get there, but I'm a little confused by that. Okay, yeah, so a bunch of close stops. So obviously you're making the 4 points, right? Because that's sort of the best available point. And then you can either lock up the 9, like I did. Lock up the 11, probably a worse point here, but the builders are better. It's a little shoddy. Or you can get great builders and move the backman. I didn't really consider this. I sort of considered this, but I think I wanted to lock up a good point. Okay, so I crushed. Oh, I see. I played on when it's double pass. No, that makes sense. Yeah, this is a little optimistic. Okay. No, this cube error makes sense, anyways. Maybe it rolls out to be closer to too good, but yeah, I can believe this. I can believe this isn't too good. He entered 2 guys. My 5 point is open, so I guess the position just isn't threatening enough against his like decent structure. Pretty hard to evaluate though. Yeah, I don't know if I have any great advice here, because like one little change in the position will make it too good. Like, say the guy on the 24 is on the 21 or something. That probably pushes it into too good territory, you know. Like this guy's just a little too stuck back there, and that gives white just a little extra, you know, a little extra chances. Yeah, now it's like too good by 0.05. Maybe even this is too good. Or this is like borderline now, because these checkers are like in slightly somewhat better places. They're connected, you know. So anyways, yeah, so This is not what I want. Give me 1 sec. This PC. Okay, I think it's this match. Oh, let's try this again. Okay. Okay, so I incorrectly play on here, and then he rolls try. I go after him. I'm thinking, I'm going for the gammon, so I should go for the gammon. If there was some like really solid safe play, where like you can double if he anchors or something, that would probably be better. And I guess there is kind of one. I thought about this. Like maybe there's some incentive to reduce volatility here in order to maybe be able to use the cube next turn, like if he anchors here, for instance. What I didn't like about this is all the hits in the outfield, and then I don't really have anything. So I said, okay, well, I'll go after him and try to gammon him. But then he rolls tremendously, and then I got nothing. In fact, he's getting close to a cube. Yeah, you should go double pass. This is too good. This is legit too good. He plays on. It's a double pass. He's just priming me. And then what about when I make the second anchor, though? What is that? Apparently it's double pass, but it's not ridiculous to take. I mean, I got this backgame formation here. Oh, hey, Team TTG. How you doing? Yeah, so we're just going over my last match in XG, but then I'm going to sign off. But I might be back later to commentate some matches. Got this online tournament tonight. And so if I lose in the tournament, I'll commentate the finals maybe. Anyway, so yeah, so here I wouldn't have known what to do if I got cubed here because I got this okay back game formation. It's just the back game timing's like race to be really bad. I'm not down enough in the race unless I get hit again. And also my board's a little messed up. Like maybe if you trade the 3 for the 5, you can take this. But I roll a good 5-5, and I do have a take here. I cause him enough problems. Oh, I did take a pass this game. Yeah, no, I remember this now. He wants to play 17-10 here and take, really? I don't know about that. That's funny. I mean, people are making my play, right? 5-5 to 1, 4 to 1, using these awkwardly placed checkers to make a 5-point board, not leaving any shots. And the computer says, no, don't do that. Do this while white has the blot in his board. Get great covers for the 5. I see. Yeah, no, maybe I could find this if I took a good look at this. Because he doesn't have like a lot of hidden cover numbers. Like, okay, so I can hit with like a 2-3. That's pretty dangerous for me. In fact, 2-3 fills into 3-point. Say a 4-1. Even hitting with a 4-1 is pretty dangerous. Maybe even makes the ace point there. I don't know. Yeah, no, this is findable. My play just seems supernatural. No shots, making a 5-point board. So apparently, based on these numbers, see how it says minus 1.0 after my play? That means it should go double pass. 971 says I have a close take after the right play. Yeah, so cubeless, the plays are fairly close. It just swings the take pass decision. Yeah, maybe similar stuff here. Although actually, my play wins the most. 23-17, but it gets gammon more. This gets gammon less, but doesn't win as much. But either way, you see the computer saying either play is a pass, and maybe a big pass. Yeah, pretty big pass, 0.1 something. Pretty complicated position. Obviously, he has decent attack stuff down here. Got a good board, but it's a little compromised with the 5 points open. So if I get lucky and hit them, I don't necessarily win. Switch the one to the 5, and the hits are all winning. So that probably swings the take pass decision. Anyway, I'm still doing kind of okay here. Right, 6-3. Yes, there's probably a trade-off between wins and gammons here also. If your only goal is not to be gammoned, 23 to 17, 6-3. You like hardly ever get gammoned. Obviously, my play gets gammoned, but I keep the spares in good spots, and I keep some long-term contact back there. So the computer likes my play okay. I get to build the awesome board. He rolls a decent 6-6. Still some contact, though. I get a shot, I miss it, and then, yeah, I gotta go. Obviously, you win a little bit by staying back, but maybe not really, because you're running next turn a lot anyways. So I run and not get gammoned. So this is the 0-2 game. So I assume my cube is okay this game. Oh, 4-3. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so bringing both guys up seems pretty reasonable. You sort of bringing both checkers to the edge of the prime. In fact, if your opponent opens 6-1 on the opening roll and you roll 4-3, probably a lot of stuff is close, but I know the computer doesn't mind this play at all. But here if I just split once, I get to make my nice 10 points, so you do it. Yeah, here again, the 2 doesn't really play well elsewhere, but I come a decent roll coming up both to the edge. Okay, I go after him, trying to contain that back checker. It says not a cube yet, not threatening enough. Now it's threatening enough. At least at the score is threatening enough. 0-2, I should be pretty aggressive, especially in gammonish positions. Yeah, I thought about this. You can go all out for the attack, not anchor. I thought it was a little better to play a little defensive and get decent builders. Apparently you can also do this, or even this. It's all sorts of plays here. 9-8. It's funny. If I did jump with the 5, the computer actually wants to play 9-8, which looks weird to me. Like I would play either 6-5 or 22-21 after if I jump with the 5. 9-8 doesn't seem great, but the computer thinks that's the best jumping play for some reason. I don't know. I mean, if you get hit, you don't want blots lying around, but still, you want the backman up, and you want the builders in better places. So that seems odd to me. All right, so yeah, I thought about this too, but I didn't want to leave blots all over the place, so I break the 8 point, which is okay. Okay, he plays safely. He doesn't have a cube here, right? No, that'd be crazy. Okay, he makes a good play. He makes the only play that makes him a favorite. It's a little dangerous because he could get gammoned, but obviously he wins the most. Probably he gets missed and then he gets to win. At least he should. He should get to win. He should double me, I think, right? Yeah, it's double pass. Yeah, like I said, take points 16-ish. 16 at the score. The math is, there's not much math to do at the score. Running wins more with the 5-1. I see. Yeah, that makes sense, right? My play is like more builder-centric. Oh, sorry, I should have been looking at the chat. Yeah, 17-10 was wild. If you had open 1, it would be a take. Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, I think I did mention that. So you're thinking about the position where I badly took this game. Yeah, this guy, right? Yeah, I think you're right. If you trade the 1 for the 5, you move these 2 guys here. Now your hits win. So yeah, that would be a take there. And then, anyways, where were we? Yeah, so he makes this good play with the 5-4. Dangerous, but like it clearly wins the most. But then he misses the cube afterwards. Like, he's probably leery due to the score, and he should be conservative at the score. But the logic is simple, right? I can either pass and play from 0 to 4 Crawford, which if you look at a match equity table, my winning chances are around 16% there. Rounded to the nearest percent, it's 16. Or I can take, redouble to 8, and play out the game for the win. So that means my take point at the score is exactly is 16%. It's exactly my winning chances from 5 away, 1 away Crawford. In other words, 0, 4, and a 5. So that's how I instantly knew all my take points 16 here. And yeah, it's not clear whether I have it or not. So and if you think maybe I don't have it, it's obviously a good time to cube. But he misses, but then it's weird, like, okay, so I make a decent play with the 1-6, just thinking, okay, my best chance to win is racing from down a few pips rather than be possibly stuck back there. A little bit of argument for this, and that he might not pick up that blot, but like I said, he's got 4s, 2s, and 1s working to safety this guy or cover this guy, so it's a little unlikely. So I try running, and then like weirdly he doubles this, where he didn't double the previous position. But yeah, obviously I get missed, and then I'm close to, I got a decent race, so I win this plenty. And then I just win the race. Three to 2 is better, really. Obviously you're bearing off the 6. Then you want to play 3 to 2 for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure I get that. I mean, either way, your misses fill in the gap. Swing on double 2s, I guess. Right, like you do the right play. Double 2s get you down to 1 roll, basically. Get 2 checkers. Double 3s get you down to 3 checkers. Yeah, double 2s don't actually save a roll here. Double 3s still don't save a roll. Double 1s don't save a roll. So I don't know, maybe it's mostly the 2-2 thing. Either way, your miss fills in a gap. Like 6-1, for instance, fills in a gap here. 6-2 fills in a gap here. One funny thing, I don't know if people know, do people know the Keith count? I was talking to Marty Storer about these little bear-off aces recently, and he said, yeah, it's rare to make a play that increases your Keith count. Keith count is sort of a useful tool. You can Google Backgammon Keith count if you want to learn more about it. But this play, the computer's play actually increases the Keith count by 1, I think. Because there's 2 checkers on the deuce. And that's penalized in the Keith count. Whereas this isn't penalized. Like 2 on the 3 isn't penalized. And still, for some reason that's better. And again, it might have to do with the 2-2. Like it's probably a bigger deal here. Or maybe not. 4 to 3. 4 to 3 now to get 3-3 working. Yeah, I don't know. EPC for both positions. Good question. Yeah, I like that question. Okay, so we do my play. So this was originally my position. So we do my play. EPC is 23.8. 23.88 after my play. 23.7 after the right play. So you are saving. Yeah, it is better on EPC. But EPC doesn't always tell the whole story. Like it will sometimes makes plays that increase its EPC. If like some certain doubles play better, and you're relying on the doubles to win the game. Like we can look at like a really simple example. like, for instance, like 6-1 here. Best EPC play is this, right? 25.8 versus 26.7. But obviously, obviously you're only getting one roll left, and so you want to get double fives working, right? So you want the higher EPC play in this very specific situation. There also, this is a little arcane, but there also might be some situations where you give up not only EPC, but you give up cubeless win percentage in order to get more efficient cubes later on. So it's funny. Sometimes the right play, you look at the numbers here, the cubeless numbers here, and the right play has a lower winning percentage because it leads to more efficient cubes down the line. That's pretty rare, but it happens. I'm not sure I can set up a good position for it now though, without playing around for 2 minutes, and I don't think people want to watch me do that. But just be aware that can happen, Okay, so you always moved your checkers to reduce the Keith count, right? Yeah, but again, because it's somehow it's like better on the EPC. It likes the other one, and I think it's partly due to the 2-2 thing, where 2-2 saves a roll after the right player. This sometimes, anyways. Right. Yeah, EPC. Well, EPC is pretty powerful if you're good at it. But yeah, Keith count is going to be good, or it can get you into trouble. Oh, it actually kind of gets me into trouble sometimes. Like before I learned the Keith count, I got like a lot of stuff right that like now I'm getting wrong because I trust the Keith count too much. So it's like a little bit of a trade-off. You might want to take a look. I mean, even if you don't use it, you might want to take a look at it just for interest's sake. Like one nice thing you can use Keith count for is a bit of a sanity check sometimes. Like Keith count, like a Keith count position, like you could do a Keith count, and then Keith count could say, oh, this is a double, and not just a close double. It's a double like by 2 or 3 pips. And even though Keith count is often wrong, it's not going to be wrong by 2 or 3 pips frequently. So it can give you, even if it is wrong sometimes, it's not going to be wrong when it says something is like super clear. So you can use it as sort of a sanity check sometimes like that. But anyways, I'd recommend looking into it and seeing what it's all about. I know people do use it. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I find I find it helpful for me too, to explain things. Sort of reinforces things in my head, especially when I make a big blunder. Sort of good to go after. And then the comments certainly do help. Like your comment about the EPC was a helpful one. Anyways, so I'm going to sign off now. But yeah, like I said, I might be back later, maybe not though. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. This was really fun. And I hope you got something out of it.